So the first thing we're going to do, as always, is just stand in mountain posture. So that's drawing your feet together at the front of your mat, toes together. Heels can be drawn together or slightly apart, whatever's working for your feet. You're going to lift the inner arches of the feet to activate the feet, spread the toes. And then your thighs, they want to feel engaged, so lifting kneecaps up. And then into your pelvis, we're engaging through a root lock, okay? So perineum squeeze, pelvic floor engagement. So that's Mula Bandha. And then you've got Uddiyana Bandha, which is your abdominal lock. So we're drawing in and up, so below your belly button and above your pubic bone, drawing in and up to engage through Uddiyana Bandha, your deepest set of abs, transverse abdominis muscle. Shoulders back and down, chin slightly tucked, keep length through the back of your neck. And then if you want, take your hands up to prayer, close your eyes if you want. And then we're going to be breathing our Ujjayi breath, which is through the nose, and we're going to sound that breath in the back of the throat. Okay? So it's our Darth Vader style breathing that we're going to stay with throughout. So on that in breath, feel the rib cage expanding, and on the out breath, feel the abdominals drawing in. So find your breath all the way. I'll keep reminding you. So on an in breath, reach up, stretch, tall. Now fold down. So soften your knees as you do that, where you need. Draw your belly in, hands down either side of your feet. Look up, inhale, flatten those hands, step it back. Look forwards, come down, either with knees down or not, low plank. And then in breath, lift your chest, look up, look back, tuck your toes. And we're into down dog. We're going to pedal heels up and down if you want to. So those feet should be hip distance apart, aligned with the side of your mat. Hands are shoulder distance apart. So just finding your way into this first posture, okay, really, through Surya Namaskara A. Bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale and look up, lifting the chest. Exhale and folding. And then inhale, reach it up. Return to Tadasana, mountain posture. Inhale, take it up. Exhale to Uttanasana, your forward bend. Tuck your head in. Inhale, look up, chest lifting, step or jump back. Look forwards, elbows tucked to ribs as you come down to Chaturanga Dandasana, and then tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your chest, and then tuck your toes to down. And once again, setting up. Spread the fingers and breathe. So, how does that body feel this morning? Working with your breath all the way, focus on that. Remember to engage your bandhas, your root and abdominal lock. Keep your hips nice and high. Push the floor away, open your shoulders. Then look up and bring your feet back to your hands and lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Tuck the head. Inhale, reach it up. Follow your thumbs, return to mountain posture. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, fold, draw the abdominals deep. Tuck the head in. Now look up, inhale to lift the chest and extend the spine, step or jump. The body's like a plank as you come down, elbows tucked, looking forwards, in breath to lift your chest and roll your shoulders back, tuck your toes to down. Mula Bandha squeeze, Uddiyana Bandha drawn in and up. Check the alignment of those hands, wrist with the front of the mat, feet hip distance aligned with the side of the mat. Your gaze, your drishti through to the back of the mat or up to knees or navel. Every breath, trying to get a little bit more length. We're never stationary in down dog, always trying to find an edge. Sounding the breath in the back of your throat. Look up, bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale, folding. And inhale, reach it up. And exhale, coming back, Tadasana. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Hands either side of your feet, tuck your head. Inhale, lift your chest, flatten your hands, step or jump. Look forwards, head well over hands, elbows to ribs. In breath, lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest, tuck the toes to down. So, starting to feel some heat building. Things are spread nice and wide. Press down from your fingertips, and then between the thumb and the forefinger, and then through to the heel of the hand. Work your way up through your arms to your shoulders. Roll your shoulders from your ears. All right, and then work your way down through your spine, and then all the way down through the back of the body to those heels. Breath number one. Look up, bring your feet back to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest. Look up, exhale, folding. And inhale, reach it up. Follow the thumb. Return to Tadasana. We're going to bend knees now for Utkatasana. Inhale, reach up. Fierce warrior, exhale, fold. Tuck the head. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten the hands, stepping or jumping back. Look forward. Come down, elbows tucked. In breath, lift your chest. Look up, look back. Tuck your toes to down dog. Pivot your left foot, step your right foot. Come up to Virabhadrasana 1, inhaling. Follow your thumbs. Come back down, stay with your breath. High plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. In breath, lift the chest. Look up, look back. Tuck the toes down dog. Pivot the right foot, step the left. Reach it up. Warrior 1. And coming back, high plank position. Gaze forwards, elbows tucked. In breath, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, tuck your toes, and into now. So, keep building with bigger moves. 17 moves in our Surya Namaskara B. 9 moves in Surya Namaskara A. Keep working to open up those shoulders, lengthen the spine. Look up, feet come back to your hands. Inhale, lift the chest, exhale to fold. And then we bend the knees again. Utkatasana, draw the abs in. Come back to Tadasana, mountain posture. Bend the knees, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, folding, tuck the head in, hands down, look up, inhale, flatten the hands, step or jump back, look forwards, come down, elbows tucked, in breath, lift your chest, thighs are on, into down dog. Pivot the left, step the right, come up, square your hips, square your shoulders, reach it up, Virabhadrasana 1, inhaling, come back down, high plank, gazes forwards, elbows tucked, in breath, chest lift, shoulders roll back, tuck the toes down dog. Pivot your right foot, step your left, reach it up, warrior 1, inhaling, big stretch up, come back down, stay with your breath all the way, elbows tucked, in breath, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and into down. So, should be starting to feel that body moving with greater ease. Okay, finding your way into your practice now. Getting into that flow of breath and movement. Sounding the breath in the back of your throat. And then look up and bring those feet stepping or jumping. Look up, inhale, exhale, folding. Bend your knees and reach up, Utkatasana. And exhale, come back to attention, Samahistari. And again, bend the knees, inhale, reach it up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Tuck the head, inhale, lift the chest, flatten the hands, step or jump. Come down, Chaturanga, exhale, inhale, lift your chest, and into that. This time as we step forwards, let's keep the left heel up, look up, and take the right hand up. Open up, stretch to the ceiling or to the sky. Bring the right hand down inside of your right foot, pivot your left foot. Take your left hand up and open up. Bring both hands down. If you can, this right foot, keep it lifted now off the floor as you lower down, and then inhale, lift your chest again into your up dog, exhale to your down dog. As you step your left foot, keep your right heel up. Take your left hand up, open up, breathe, bring that hand down inside of your left foot, pivot your right foot. Take your right hand up. Bring both hands down either side of the left foot. If you can, you lift the left leg, you hold it, you come down, chaturanga, inhale, up dog. And exhale down. So, draw the abdominals deep. Breathe into ribs. If you want a little bit more, raise your right leg up to the ceiling. Stretch your left heel down and in towards the floor. Swap legs. Left leg goes up. Right heel comes down. Breath. Come back to down dog. From here, you're going to bring your feet back, stepping or jumping. Inhale, look up, exhale, fold in. Bend those knees, inhale, look, Katasana. And exhale, Tadasana. Okay, step or jump your feet hip distance apart now. Hands to hips, bandhas on. Take an in-breath, add a little back bend if you want. Push the hips forward, fold it down. So, first two fingers reaching for big toes. Look up, inhale, pull the belly in. And exhale, fold in. So give the head a little shake, release your neck. Pull on those toes, press on top of your fingers, lift your sit bones high to the ceiling or the sky. Breathe. Thighs are on where you need to, soften the knees. Look up, inhale, chest lifting, take the hands underneath your feet, toes and wrists. Inhale, look up, and exhale, fold down. Deepen that stretch, back of the legs. Can you keep the legs straight, or do you need to soften the knees, keep the sit bones lifting? Padahastasana, release those wrists from Surya Namaskara. Bandhas, inhale, look up, exhale, hands to your hips, and then inhale, come up, step or jump your feet back together. Step your right foot out. Reach it low. Tuck your left foot, turn your right foot, reach your right arm and down into Trikonasana. So the right hand's going to either go down the shin, the ankle, or first two fingers around your big toe. Open up. Don't stick your hips out to get your hand down. Breathe. Space to breathe. Working from the floor up into core, and then open up through the collarbones. On the in-breath, come up. Tuck your right foot and turn your leg. Reach it long with the left arm. The left arm down, the hand down, the leg, the foot, big toe, whichever. And then open up. Breathe. Draw the abs deep. Stretch the fingertips, gaze. Your drishti is up towards the hand if it feels okay. Otherwise, where it feels good for you, don't strain your neck. Breath number one. Come up on the in-breath. Now we rotate the triangle. Step the right foot out a little bit, turn the leg. Line running down the middle of your mat. Left hand sweeps down to the outside of the right foot, and then the right hand comes up. So you either got your left hand to the floor or you're wrapping it around your leg. And with your breath, we're focusing to get more range, more edge in your posture, stretching high. Remember, press firmly into the floor and work from your core, and then come up. Take your left foot out and step the right foot round slightly at 45. Now the right hand comes down to the outside of the left foot or the leg, and the left hand goes up, and breathe. So we're opening up on the left side, broad through the collarbones, long through the neck, sounding that breath in the back of your throat. And then come up, releasing your arms, come back to the front of your mat. So back to mountain posture. Step it out. A bit longer this time, okay, arms outstretched, turn the right foot. Now bend the right knee. Right hand's going to go down outside of right leg to the floor if possible, otherwise wrap it around your leg. Now reach your left arm up and over. As you do that, stretching your fingers away, press the edge of your left foot into the floor. And maybe gaze to your outstretched hand, or if you're not liking that, gaze to the side. And breathe. Draw the rib cage up to the ceiling. This is extended side angle posture. And we come up. Tuck your right foot, turn your left. Bend the knee, left leg, knee above ankle. Left hand down outside of left foot to the floor. And then reach up and over your ear and lift your rib cage to the ceiling. Pressing the edge of your back foot into the floor to try and lift the inner arch. So we're active throughout the body and getting that foundation with your posture from the floor up. Lift the ribs, sound the breath in the back of your throat, come up. We're going to rotate this side angle posture. So turn around, right foot forwards. So if you want, you can drop the left knee down to start. Get your left elbow round as far round the right thigh as possible. Left hand fingers forwards, right hand pressing on top of left hand. Step up off your knee and pivot your left foot to get your heel down. And now look up to your right elbow. Open up through your collarbones and breathe. If you want more, you track your left hand down the outside of your right leg and you reach up into your rotated side angle posture with your right hand. Trying to get the left hand down to the floor. And then we come up. Sweep round, smooth transition, left leg forwards, drop the right knee if you want, helps to get that foundation, right elbow round outside of left thigh, right hand underneath left hand, looking up to left elbow, collarbones wide, neck long, lift up off the back knee, get the heel down, and then continue with that rotation, check your front knee's not getting pushed in. So press against the elbow, breathe, maybe for the full posture or deeper. Track the right hand down the outside of the left leg. Keep it engaged with that left leg and reach the left hand up. And breathe. Find your edge and then release. Come back to Tadasana. Samahistahi, attention. Step it out. Nice and wide. Toes in, heels out, hands to hips, Mula Bandha zone, Uddiyana Bandha zone. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, engage through your root lock, your abdominal lock as you inhale, and then fold it down. Take your hands down to the floor, shoulder distance apart between your feet. Now look up, inhale, and then fold it down. Tuck your head. And then feel that weight shifting through the feet more towards the front. You can go back and forth and lift the sit bones high. Always working to find an edge. First of these wide leg stretches. You can try working the hands further back. Tucking the head deeper, lifting the sit bones higher. All with the breath. Bandhas, look up, inhale. Exhale, hands to hips, and then coming up. Always engaging through your core, protecting your back. Now, we're going to take the hands to the hips and we're going to keep them there. Inhale, look up, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, fold. Keep the hands on the hips this time as you fold down. Tuck the head. Breathe into ribs. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Press out through the edges of your feet. So you're going to really engage that core here to protect the back, and you're not getting that support through the hands this time and the shoulders. Bandhas come up, inhale all the way. Release. Turn your palms around, interlace your fingers. So the palms can be open or the palms could be pressed. Take an in-breath and then fold. So folding down, okay, should be feeling a lot more open, inner thighs, hamstrings. And now try to focus your breath into your shoulders to open up there, chest and shoulders. Breathe. Every breath, trying to get a little bit deeper. The practice is the hard and the soft, so we get into position strongly, and with the breath, we can work to open up a little bit softer. Bandhas come up, release, and then coming back onto the mat. Feet together. From here, we're going to take your fingertips to your elbows, or you can take your hands up your back into inverted prayer. Okay, so you could do that one, pressing palms, pinky on the back. Step your right foot out. So we're in a short posture. Remember, line running down between the feet, hips are square. Set yourself up, pull your belly in, inhale. Draw the chest down and breathe. So we're long through the spine. Thighs are on. Toes are spread. And breathe. Palms are pressing where you can, otherwise fingertips to elbows. Bandhas come up, inhale. Turn round, left foot is forwards. Step the right foot out, square the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, and folding down. So your gaze, your drishti can be beyond the toes, but if that feels too much of a strain on your neck, obviously just look down. You're trying to get your chin towards your shin. Every breath, more range, more length. Thighs are on to open up the back of the knee. And then come up on the in-breath. And then release. And then come back to Tadasana. Shoulders back and down. All right, so ready to balance now. So we're going to take your left hand to your hip and draw your right knee up. Now, left hand on hip, you could stay there. Find a point to focus on. If you want to go deeper, first two fingers can reach for the big toe. You could stay there, you could press out into your big toe balancing posture, drawing the leg back into the hip socket, standing tall, breathing. We try and lift a little higher, knee and nose, before drawing the leg out to the side. Open up. Find your balance. Maybe look over your left shoulder. Breathing. Return to the center. Try lifting a little higher. Maybe you're wrapping your hands around your foot. Before you release, hold the leg out, hands on hips if you can, otherwise hand underneath thigh. Stand tall, push the floor away, lift the leg higher, don't let it drop. Breathe. Bend the knee, return to the floor. Right hand on hip, left knee's coming up. Find that position there, find a point to focus on, push the floor away, maybe reach first two fingers to the big toe, and maybe press out. Standing tall, breathing deep, sounding the breath in the back of your throat, drawing the leg back into the hip socket, try lifting a little higher, knee and nose, before drawing the leg out to the side. Find your balance, stand tall, hand on hip, look over the right shoulder, breathe, come back to the center. Lift a little higher, knee and nose, maybe wrapping the hands around the left foot for a moment before holding the leg out. Hands on hips if you can, otherwise left hand underneath thigh. Keep that lift, press the floor away, don't lean back, thighs are on, and then come back. All right, nice. Always a challenge. So a little bit more balancing. Standing half bound, we're going to start once again by drawing the right knee up. Breathe. You're going to take hold of that foot. You're going to draw that foot up to the crease of your left hip. You're going to take your right hand and wrap it behind your back. See if you can bind with this left arm. Maybe you can bind further down. Maybe you can bind around your foot. If you've got your foot, you feel comfortable in the knee, you feel comfortable, you could release the left hand. You could fold. So wherever you're at, find your edge and stay with your breath. Bandhas 2. And then wherever you're at, we're going to release. Okay, we're going to take your left knee up. So draw that knee in, reach for your foot with your right hand. Now draw that heel up towards the crease of your right hip, listening to your body. Some people straight in there, others like me, a little bit of time needed to coach the hips, the ankle, the knee. Wrap the left hand round. Can you bind with the right arm, or you're working towards it, or can you go further, or can you work it down? Maybe you could bind with the right thumb, or maybe you could bind with your foot. If you've got your foot, you could release the right hand up to the ceiling, find your balance, your core engaged, you could fold. Gaze is down and forwards if we're standing tall, your drishti. And we're going to release with control and return to the front of the mat if you'd come off the mat. So once again, Stamahisthi. We're drawing attention. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, folding. Tuck the head in. Inhale, lift the chest, flatten those hands, stepping or jumping back. Look forwards, come down, elbows tucked, in breath. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. Come to down dog. We're going to look forwards and we're going to bring the feet, stepping or jumping, to the front of the mat. Bending the knees. Draw the belly in, sink. Heels down, tailbone down, reach arms up. Utkatasana, fierce warrior. Gaze can be down, forwards or up. Keep lengthening your neck. Reach up with the hands, but drop the shoulder blades down your back. Length in the neck, space between ears and shoulders. Draw deep in Uddiyana Bandha here, abdominal lock, and then inhale, stand up, exhale, fold. Tuck the head in, look up, inhale. Flatten your hands, step on now, jumping back. Come down, Chaturanga, elbows tucked, in breath, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back in into down. Now pivot your left foot, step your right, coming up, Virabhadrasana 1. Follow the thumb, reach it up, breathe. Sounding that breath in the back of your throat. I'm going to straighten the front leg and turn round. Set yourself up, square up through the hips to shoulders. Back leg strong. Palms pressing where you can. Bringing those arms towards one another. Gaze can be up, forwards or down. Breathe. Now split the arms apart. Step the right heel in line with the left heel if it's not already. Maybe go a little bit longer. Draw the arms back to open the chest. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. And stretch the fingers wide into Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe. So arms should be the same height. We're going to do a reverse warrior. We're going to turn the left palm up. And we're going to lift that arm up as we drop the right hand down the back leg. And we're going to look up. Maybe, if you don't like looking up, you can look back. So keep lifting. Keep breathing. And then come back to Virabhadrasana 2, tuck your left foot, turn your right. And then find that length in your stance. Right leg forward, drop the shoulder blades down, stretch the fingers, edge of the back foot pressing. So strong and solid in your warrior 2. Turn the right palm up, lift the arm up as the left hand goes down, the left leg. Reach up, breathe. Maybe look up, maybe look back. Stay with your breath. Bring the hands down. Take your right foot back. Lower down, Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, up dog, lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back, tuck the toes down. And from here, stepping or jumping, feet to your hands. Sit down. on the floor. So you've made it through the floor. Bum cheeks out of the way. Breathe. Hands by your side. Dandasana. Staff posture, seated attention. So hands far back as you need to go, but we don't want to hunch up through shoulders. Chin is tucked, belly's drawn in. Always coming back to Dandasana where you need. So on the in-breath, lift the chest a little bit and then track the hands down, pull the belly in long in your spine, reach for your big toes if you can, first 2 fingers, otherwise hands down the leg. Look up, inhale, and then fold. So just as we did standing in Panagustasana, here we are on the floor. Different emphasis now. Stay with your bandhas, root and abdominal lock, send the tailbone away. And on the in-breath, lift the chest. Now you're going to try and take the hands over the feet if you can. If not, they're going further down the legs. And then we're folding. If we can, we're drawing those toes towards, heels away. Gaze beyond if that feels okay. If not, release the neck. Inhale, lift the chest. Now wrapping the hands around the feet if you can. How far can you get those hands round? Interlace fingers, hand on hand, wrists. Or again, hands further down the leg. Find your edge. Breathe. Cool your belly in. Release from there. And if you're up for it, we're doing a vinyasa. So we cross the legs and we can take the feet behind. We could roll over the feet or we could step or jump them. You go through Chaturanga Dandasana into your up dog. Exhale to your down dog. And then we're going to come through with the feet to sit down on the floor again. Okay, sitting in Dandasana, tracking the hands behind, fingertips facing forwards, open the chest, lift the hips, stretch the toes into Purvattanasana, your reverse plank posture. If this feels too much, bend your knees, lift your hips to tabletop and breathe. It can be back or you can tuck the chin, whatever feels good for you. But work on your edge. Come back down. And either sitting in Dandasana or crossing legs for your vinyasa. Stay with your breath. And back down to the floor. So we're going to have left leg long, and we're going to take your right foot, and however long it takes for you, a little bit of coaxing maybe to draw the right heel into the left crease of the hip. Okay, seated half bind. Take your right hand and wrap it around to bind with this left arm if you can, work towards it if not. Okay, maybe bind with a bit of clothing. Maybe you can go further and wrap that hand to the foot. Be my guest. It's never going to happen for me, but I just enjoy what I can do, and the same for you. Okay, breathe. We shouldn't go through any pain. All right, maybe a little bit of working towards it. Early morning practice feels different for sure than doing an evening practice, where the body's had the day to move and open and breathe and get those juices flowing. We're doing that first thing in the morning. We're releasing. So from here, you could do a vinyasa, or you could do a reverse plank, or you could sit in Dandasana. So we're bringing these vinyasas, these movements with the breath in between, connecting our seated postures, maintaining heat, and building strength and endurance physically through the practice. Okay, so we're going to come down wherever we're at. Right leg is long. And we're bringing the left foot now. So again, however long you need, a little bit of coaxing of the hip, left side, to the crease of the right hip. Right hand is on the foot. Left hand wraps behind to bind with this right arm if you can. The other way of doing it is getting the bind first and then reaching for the foot. And then you're trying to fold. If that's happening for you, draw your chest down, open up, breathe. Don't stress the knee. Work with your body, but find that edge. Release. Once again, vinyasa if you want. So with this hour practice, we are getting more work physically through it, okay, compared to the 45-minute sessions. Okay, so we're going to come back to sitting on the floor. So I'm going to move on, and we're going to take the right heel in for Marachyasana A. So we draw the right heel in, and we sit tall. You want to have a palm's distance between your foot and your thigh. Okay, maybe this is enough, or maybe we're going to reach the right arm inside of the right leg, wrap it around the shin, and then reach. And can you find the other hand? Could you find the wrist? Or is that something you need to work towards? So we press against the shin, we breathe, we draw the chest forwards and down. Foundation is standing foot, right leg, strong. Work with that breath. And again, release. So once again, you could sit and breathe. You could do a vinyasa, or maybe Purvattanasana, reverse plank, as I'm going to do. Okay, that helps to open the front of the body and building that strength, chest and shoulders. Bandhas on. And then release. From wherever you're at, come back. Now to right leg long, and take the left heel in, palms distance between your foot and your right thigh. Take your left arm, if you can, and wrap it around your shin of your left leg, and then reach for this right hand or wrist. Square up through the shoulders, so bring the right shoulder round, press against the shin. Draw the chest forward. So hopefully we're feeling that heat. It feels quite sticky today. So the hotter, the sweatier you are, the better, the more range you're going to get. We're getting that sweating mechanism going. We're maintaining that through breath and movement. Remember, your focus is on that Ujjayi breath all the way, sounding your breath in the back of your throat. Releasing once again, vinyasa if you want. Stepping or jumping, rolling over the feet, or sitting and breathing, or into reverse plank. And maintain that lightness in your body using your bandhas. Breathe. Okay, so this time we're going to do Marachyasana B. So we're going to start with your left leg once again, drawing that up towards the crease of the right hip. Okay, and then we're going to draw your right foot in towards your right sit bone. And we're going to try and sit tall and breathe. If you can't do that, lie on your back, or you could place your hands onto the floor and pull in. If you can go deeper, you're going to wrap your right arm around your right shin. So breathe, find your edge, open up the hips. The main focus is a hip opener here. Full posture, obviously, you're going to get more range. Release from there, and once again, take it into your connecting posture. Breathing, reverse plank, or vinyasa, or sitting and breathing. Definitely working this morning. Stay with your breath, and coming down. So we'll try the other leg now. So it's right leg coming in to crease of left hip. And then the left heel coming in towards the left sit bone. So hopefully you'll get more range than me. Hips are always a big one for me in this position, really struggle with this, okay? But remember those postures that you find tough, you have to work on, okay? We're trying to realign your body, okay? So you're gonna have strengths and challenges, all right? And this practice really works the whole of the body, all right? As I say, breath is number one though. There's the hard part, the strong part, and there's the soft part. So there's the strength and there's the flexibility in the practice. We release, and once again, vinyasa, dandasana, or purvattanasana. Core engaged. Breath number 1. So you know you're going through it. So we're going to come back to the floor and we're going to bring the right heel in. So this time you want to have your foot close to your left thigh and you're going to wrap your left arm around that right shin. And you're going to take your right hand behind and draw your chest round as far as you can. Sit tall, pull your abs in. Now this may be enough, keeping the left leg strong, or maybe you could press against the outside of your right leg, or maybe you could try to wrap this arm around your shin, breathing, and then your right arm comes behind and tries to find. So in the olden days, when I was able to come around and adjust you, well, you're going to have to just find that way yourself. Same here. I need my teacher, Mark Samwell, to get hold of me for this one. Breathe, release. Once again, you could do a vinyasa, you could sit and breathe, or you could come up to your reverse plank posture, opening the front of the body. Breath, bandhas, asanas in that order. Okay, we come down. Right leg is long and we draw the left heel in, close to the right thigh. Sit tall, pull the abs deep. Wrap your right arm around the left shin, twist to your left, and then work the chest round. And then if you're going deeper, pressing right arm against left leg, get more rotation, or further wrapping the right arm around. So you really got to rotate that shoulder in and find that softness in your practice for trying to get a bind. I'll leave you to that one again if you want to. Breathe. Maybe your foundation is there. Releasing. And we're into vinyasa or seated attention or purvatanasana. Find your edge all the way. So, coming back to now find your sit bones on the floor, ready for both Navasana. So we're going to draw the toes in, lift the feet up, reach the arms away. If it feels too much at that point, take your hands beneath your thighs, okay? So one of those, and then see if you can start to extend those legs. Throw the abdominals in, lift the chest. Only take the legs out as long and as strong as feels good for you. Soften the knees where you need. Breathe. Lift the chest. Cross the legs. Now we try for Palasana. Hands either side, we try for a lift off. That might not be happening, but you're working towards it. Sit tall, reach away. Breathe. Maybe extend the legs. Roll the abdominals in, lift the chest. Stretch the fingers, drop the shoulders down, cross the legs. Ready for lift off. Maybe you're just pressing, maybe you're lifting. We're doing one more boat. Reach. Legs as far as you can. Keep the body strong. Pull the abdominals in. Breathe. Cross those legs. And lift. Straight into vinyasa if you can. Come down, chaturanga. Inhale up, dog. Exhale down, dog. Breathe. Come back to sitting down on the floor. Breathing. We're taking the legs out wide, okay? As wide as you can. So I'm just mixing it up a little bit now. Toes up, heels away. Can you get your first two fingers to your big toes? If not, take them to your shins or your ankles. Look up, inhale, and fold, draw the chest down. Breathe. Push the heels away. Breathe into your ribs. Okay, from here, we're going to bring those heels in. So if you come towards the front of your mat and get hold of the big toes, find the sit bones, and then lift. Press those feet into hands. And see if you can find balance. Pull the belly and look up, breathe deep. So we could stay with this for a few breaths and then come to the floor with control. Or if you want to try a little bit more, we're going to roll back. And we're going to hold that position, take some breath, and then roll up and see if we can find that balance again. Breathe. So maybe it's a couple of times to get there. Pandas on. Maybe you can bring those legs together now. Still in balance. Draw the legs in and bring in the head and towards. And then if you're not already rolling back, you're going to roll back out. Take a breath or two. Roll up. Find that balance again. Breathe. Stretch out wide. And now without crashing the heels, take the legs to the floor. Fold. And then bring the heels in. Bring your heels in. Sit tall. Get your thumbs. Open up your feet. Use your elbows to press down on the inside of your thighs. Draw your chest down. Roll your nose down. Breathe. Crossing legs. Roll the feet into high plank down. Low plank. Exhale. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale down. And stepping or jumping, feet to hands. Sit down on the floor. Okay, we're going to lie back. We're going to bring the knees into the chest. Okay, imprint your spine. So we're going to start to close the practice now. Bringing the heels tight in towards your sit bones, toes slightly inverted. So we start the closing sequence with some back bending. So we lift up shoulder bridge initially. Okay, maybe interlace fingers, maybe wrap hands around ankles, maybe take hands to hips. Think about the pelvis, strong lifting, inner thigh squeezing, or maybe hands side of your head. And you're pushing up to your upward bow or resting on the crown of your head. Breath. Forgive me if I'm not giving you much in the way of encouragement there in upward bow. It's just find it hard to talk there. Okay, so hug your knees in again. Bring heels in. Tuck the toes slightly in. Peel up for your second back bend. So hands could be wrapped around ankles. That could hopefully be the one, or fingers interlaced. Listen to your body. Should be feeling good and hot, or hands behind the head. Side of the head even. Coming down, hug the knees. We're going to do one more. Bring the heels in, tuck the toes, line up, find your edge, hands interlace, hands wrapping around thigh, wrapping around ankles, or hands to hips, or side of the head, either resting crown of the head, or pushing up upward bow. And coming down, hug those knees in again. And then roll yourself up. Stretch your legs long, pull the belly in, fold down slowly to release into your spine. So lower back, releasing again. Thoracic spine as well. So lengthening back out after your back bending. Sounding the breath in the back of your throat. And from here, cross those legs into vinyasa. And then come to hands and knees. Okay, we're going to go straight into preparation for headstand or headstand. Okay, so whatever level you're at, Make sure you've got plenty of room around you. Interlace your fingers and draw your elbows in narrower than your shoulders, okay? And shoulders, elbows in line. We're pressing firmly into the floor. Now, we're going to go through preparation for headstand. The head stays off the floor, okay? And we look through the feet, and we push the floor away, tuck the toes, lift the hips, walk the feet up. And we try to maintain that position for as long as we can. We're going for headstand. The head is pressed into the hands. And then we work the feet up. And however you can work up either to halfway or full. Bandhas for everyone. Breath number 1. Breathe. Push the floor away. The head is only lightly on the floor if we're in headstand. If we're in dolphin or preparation posture, we're pushing the floor away. Maybe in your dolphin, you might want to try lifting one leg off. And maybe in your headstand, you might want to take the feet down halfway. Stay with your breath. Be confident, be safe. Maybe the other leg in dolphin, maybe coming back straight back up into your headstand if you're in headstand. Thighs on, abs on, root lock on, and wherever you're at, with control coming down, and then rest back into child's posture. Rest your head down. Breathe into your back. Recenter yourself with some breathing as you're back down to earth from your inversion. And then, if you've got it in you, one last final vinyasa. Okay, hands under shoulders, elbows tucked. In breath, lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Into down dog, step or jump. Sit down on the floor. Find a cross-legged position for you. So it could be a half lotus, full lotus, or it could be cross legs. Take the hands behind fingertips to your elbows, okay? And fold down. If you're uncomfortable there, take the hands away and reach out in front of you. And then come up and resting your arms on your thighs, thumb and forefinger engaged, other finger stretching away. So, good form here. Mula bandhas on root lock, Uddiyana bandhas on abdominal lock. Chin slightly tucked. If you're staying with your eyes open, then soft gaze through, down, end of the nose, and breathe. This is the essence of your practice, pranayama, breath practice. Sounding the breath in the back of the throat. Stay with that one, or for the final challenge, if you want, physical challenge, hands either side, we try for lift off again. It's okay, and then we can either do a fast breath in and out through the nose, or we can continue that ujjayi breath. Breathing, 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 pushing the floor away. All right. And when you're done, I know you're still going, Phil. Then we're going to lie back. So, I'm going to spend a few minutes in Shavasana. We've worked physically for the past hour, and now time to take some rest and recovery. So make sure the chin is slightly tucked, length through the back of your neck, or place something behind the head. Lie long. If that's not comfortable for your back, bend your knees. Find a position that's comfortable for you. You've got to let the body release completely here. You want to surrender to Shavasana, your dead man's posture. And you're breathing now starting to come back down to a steady state. Done your physical practice, now let the body release. And just feel every tissue in the body relaxed, all the joints well worked, and now just finding time to be still. And we want to accompany that with stillness in the mind by just focusing on your breathing, and whatever your breathing pattern is doing, just follow your breath. If your mind wanders off, draw it back in, you follow your breath, and wherever the breath is most prominent, through the nose or the chest or your belly, stay with that. Okay, just start to reawaken your body. A couple of deeper breaths. Maybe head side to side. Fingers and toes. Walk the feet up. Hug the knees in. Roll side to side. Roll to your right. Come back round. Namaste.